voices of our tribe. And are we live? And yes, we are live. We don't have that little message that comes up anymore. It's just a little tiny thing. So we are live, and hello and welcome everyone to another exciting day and another exciting conversation, because with me I have a very special guest who lives such an exciting life dealing with energy in our homes, energy in ourselves, and how it all works out and how we can make the most of it. So Linda's joining us all the way from somewhere up north. I'm just going to laugh. Somewhere
Oregon in the US.
To talk about Feng Shui success and the voices of your tribe. So welcome, Linda. As I said, thank you for joining us. I would like to start with, first of all, I want to know about you. Let's get to know you, and then we're going to get to know your tribe. So tell us a little bit about who Linda Binns is and how you got to where you are now.
Okay, so just over 26 years ago now, I decided to start my own business as a Feng Shui practitioner and holistic health consultant. So I did holistic nutrition. I had no idea about what it took to run a business. I was very insecure and lacking in confidence, but I had studied holistic nutrition, loved it, just loved learning about the energy of the body and what we put into the body and the different things that affect us. And then I began to study Feng Shui, absolutely loved that, and just decided I needed to share this information because it's so powerful. So that's when I started my business, and I sort of figured things out as I went along. And, considering I didn't know what I was doing, I did fairly well, really. And, for someone who had no confidence or self-esteem, really, it's like learning to swim by jumping in at the deep end, because I was terrified of public speaking at the time. And yet I knew that the only way I was going to get my message out there, get clients, be able to help people was to share the information. And so I did jump in at the deep end, and I took every speaking opportunity I could. I'm sure I was terrible in the beginning. I don't feel like I'm that great now. I don't think of myself as a speaker, but I love to talk about these topics of energy. And so over the years, my business has evolved as I have evolved. And so I don't actually do individual consultations for health and Feng Shui anymore. Rather, I do programs and incorporate everything I've learned from my experiences as a practitioner into my programs. So I do group coaching, individual coaching, online courses, a whole range of things. And I'm happy to say all the low self-esteem, low confidence is behind me now. I've done so many things that I never thought would be possible for me. But it does just show you, I always say to people, gosh, if I can change this significantly, anybody can. And, Feng Shui has been a huge part of that. Just everything I've learned about energy and just how amazing, because everything is energy. And so if you want anything to change, we have a lot more power and control than we think we do. You work with the energy and things change for the better. So it's been an interesting journey. If I was to look back and see myself as I was when I first started, I don't think I'd recognize myself. I'm so different from who that person was. But I just love what I do.
Yeah, and thank you. And thank you for bringing your passion, if you love what you're doing, your passion to sacred you in the world, because I know it's already made such a big difference. you sharing your passion's made a difference to me. It's made a difference to our other tribe members. And, and as you said, it's just energy, but it's getting to know what's blocking that energy or how we can empower energy in those little things. So thank you. And then the steps to becoming the host of the Feng Shui Success Tribe. Tell us about that and what, how is that empowering your passion?
Well, it was interesting how that came about, because I met you first and we talked a few times, and I think I had participated in a few panel discussions, and just gradually got to learn about Sacred You and the community and everything you were doing. And so when the opportunity came to host a tribe, I thought, wow, that's a wonderful idea, because I get to not only share this amazing information, but I can then, people can then give me feedback about, oh, I tried this and this happened. And, we can actually, I can actually walk people through it. So it's the next best thing really to having an actual consultation. And like I said, I just love sharing this information. Even more, I love sharing people's experiences with them as the changes unfold for them. And what I love about this is I love to keep things practical and simple, because Feng Shui can be complicated. It's like most things, it can be complicated. There are many different schools of Feng Shui, and if you just go out and buy some books and start reading about it, you can easily become confused. And so my approach is always about, there are the principles, the founding principles of Feng Shui, which we always keep in mind, and then there's your actual situation. And sometimes there's whatever the ideal Feng Shui thing would be to do is not possible for you in your situation. And so that's where we get to look for, okay, this is what we need to accomplish. This is how we need to change the energy. So let's explore how we can do that in a way that works for you. And so that's very much the approach I like to take. It's important to me that each person learns what they're doing for themselves and why they're doing it, rather than me just saying, okay, hang a wind chime there, move your sofa over there, and they don't know why they're doing that, which sometimes happens, I know, in consultations. But to me, it's very important that the individual is a part of it, because that is empowering for you. Then you get to understand what is happening with the energy in your environment, how that is impacting you. And then when you make a change, you understand why you're doing that. And then we can really pay attention to what happens as a result of that. And if we need to tweak anything, we can do that. But I think that's a much more empowering way to do it than just reading something in a book or somebody telling you this is what you have to do.
Yeah, but understanding why. And it's so true. So true. To understand why it comes from such a deeper place. And it makes lifelong changes, where I think if you just do something because someone's told you to do it, but you don't really understand the reason why, it's not a long-term change.
Right. Yeah, you won't understand what's happening or why it's happening. It's a very disempowering way to do it, and it doesn't work as well, because the power behind Feng Shui is your intention behind it, your energy behind it. It's your home. It's not my home. It's not for me to say, just do this and do this, right? It's your home. And so to get together, we find what works for you. So that's the way I like to approach it.
Thank you. And thank you for doing that. And over the last couple of months, you've been running some workshops for your tribe, and we've got one coming up too, which I think is an important topic, because it affects everyone in different areas of their lives at different stages. I'm not saying constantly, but a lot of people go through things of, just having clutter, even if it's mental clutter or office clutter. So tell us about that. Tell us about your workshop that is coming up.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about clutter. We're going to talk about, well, what is it? How does it affect you? And what can you do about it? Especially what can you do about it if it feels overwhelming, or you don't know what to do first. It's the interesting thing about it, is we see all this stuff and we think, oh, I need to organize, I need to get rid of stuff, and we don't have time, and all of those kinds of things go on. But what I always like to say is it's not actually about the stuff. Since we look at energy, I'm looking at the energy of the stuff, the connections that those things you're surrounding yourself with have to you. And so when you understand it from that point of view, and you understand how it's affecting you, what it's doing to you, that's when, again, you are more empowered to do something about it. You're not helpless. You start to realize, oh my goodness, these things that I have around me are holding me back. They're keeping me stuck in a certain situation. And when I release them, then I open up the energy and allow for new things to come in. So yes, it's a powerful workshop, and it's not just about organizing. I am not a professional organizer. I will make some organizing or decluttering recommendations, but they're coming from the perspective of energy. And when you understand it from that level, it makes it so much, I think, easier to deal with, and so much more powerful when you do something with it, because then you are doing it with intention. I'm not just having a spring clean. I'm having a spring clean because I understand what's happening with the energy, and I know what's going to happen once I do this spring clean. There's a big difference there.
Totally different. And again, I'd like to, agree with you totally. And what we don't realize so much is it also affects the energy of our mind, affects our thoughts. Because I know that if my mind is going crazy with so much stuff, one of the first places I have a look is what's around me.
Yes.
And when I do a cleanup, a tidy up, then there's space inside my mind. So
it's
to do that. For everyone who is watching, we will put the links to Linda's workshop, which is coming up soon. And do come and join us. Do come join us.
Yeah.
Sorry, Linda.
Yeah. No, I just hope people do join us, because they'll learn something new. And even if you don't have a lot of clutter as such, or you're just feeling stuck, or you're feeling overwhelmed, come along, because I think you'll learn something new about your environment and how it's impacting you.
Yeah, absolutely, totally agree. And for everyone who is watching, do click on those links below. First of all, check out Linda's tribe, the Feng Shui Success Tribe, and also come and join us for the workshop. Now, if you're not a member of Sacred You, the workshop's only $25. Thoroughly recommend it. However, if you are a member, and you can always join us today, but if you are a member of Linda's tribe, then I do believe it's only $6.55.
Something like that.
Such a bargain. And I'd just like to again thank you, Linda, for offering that. And if you're not a member, come and join us just for $1. Just $1. You get 2 weeks to try out not just Linda's tribe, but any of our other tribes. We've got about 20 tribes that you can pick from. And then after 2 weeks, it's only $30 a month. But you get such a huge discount for the workshops that Linda offers on a monthly occurrence every month. Then it's definitely worth the membership. So do come and join us. So Linda, before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to share about your tribe, and how, maybe if I can ask you, how does Feng Shui, how can we use Feng Shui to empower our lives?
Well, just having the awareness of to be able to look at your home in a different way and see it from the perspective of energy and how it is affecting you. Because I can tell you, your home is affecting you, it is connected to you, it's affecting you all the time. It's either supporting you or it could even be sabotaging you, keeping you stuck. And so it's so much more empowering once you learn to see and look at your environment from the perspective of energy and make any changes that you need to make. It's so incredibly empowering, because I always think of it as this amazing personal growth tool that we all have right at our fingertips. It's right here, and we don't usually see it or think of it in those terms, but it's right there. And it's, you know, the changes you experience can be dramatic. I mean, it depends, you know, what's going on for you, but it's such an amazing tool. That's why I think everyone should be aware of it.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much. And I look forward to your workshop and your next meeting. And like I said, for anyone out there who is, come and join us just for $1. That's all.
Oh, it is so worth it. Come and join. There's so many great tribes.
Thank you. Thank you, Linda and stuff. And
thank you, Sophia.
Leave any time, but why live when you've got a choice? You don't have to stick with the tribes that you first start with. You can try different ones, leave them, try different other ones as an ongoing journey. But definitely come and join the Feng Shui Success Tribe. You learn some pretty amazing stuff, guaranteed.